Back, it's me, King Bonsai, and I am recording right next to all the cleaning stuff. Alright, so yeah, I am at the Forge of the Potomac 5, and yeah, so I've done the first two rounds, and yeah, so the first round I was playing against Angmar in Holdground. So I play him like during a building, so he kind of came on one side. I came on concentrated where I want in the corner. He chose the corner, and then I came on and got all my dwarves in there. We pretty much came up. We were fighting. My heroes were kept from really doing much. Dane killed like guys in like sets of one. Nearly got paralyzed. Thor got transfixed and paralyzed a bunch of stuff. Managed to survive Birder due to his Arcan Stone. And yeah, so it was really my warriors though that cut through his guys, and I was able to take the center and win a major victory. And then I was playing Rob with his Gondor, and so I'm like, oh no, Gondor, Fountain Court, Boromir, Faramir, Gondor, because any of you who have followed, I do not like Gondor. Fortunately, yeah, this is nothing against the Gondor players, it's just the army is really not my cup of tea to face. Yeah, now everyone's gonna be like, King Bonsai has one weakness, Gondor, take him out. Except that no one actually really cares that much about taking me out. Fortunately, I don't have a target on my back, which is probably a bad sign, meaning I don't do as well as I would like to. But enough about me and Gondor. So he had like a bunch of Fountain Court. He had 27 models, I had 35. So this is where, because I had my Army of Thror, I'll post a picture of the list. But yeah, so what I realized is I outnumbered him, so I could use my numbers. But what happens, he got first, Dane was stuck in the back, as keeps happening with me. I keep getting Dane stuck behind the lines. But yeah, so Faramir came in, ended up killing Guy. Boromir was killing some stuff on the edge. Dane was able to sneak by some dudes through a heroic combat and get in, kill some guys. He actually killed a lot of the guys first turn, then I was kind of winning it back, killing a bunch of his guys. Thor was getting a few kills, then ended up fighting Faramir, because Faramir retreated from back where Dane was. And then I beat him, killed Faramir's horse, damaged him, then the next turn Dane got in, killed Faramir. At this point it was pretty much sealed. Thor was on 2 kills at that point, 2 or 3. He eventually got to, yeah, and then he 2 kills, and then he got 2 more. One of them was in the last turn of the game when I quartered him. And I ended up being 1 away from breaking. I ended up killing Boromir with just some warriors because he fluffed his roll 2 times. And yeah, if you just keep Boromir getting charged, it's pretty easy. And yeah, Hurin ran away to make sure that nothing was gotten on Faramir, points-wise. And yeah, Galadriel was pretty good. Goat Rider kept her down 2 turns, which was good, because knocked down, she kept winning, but he kept knocking her down. And yeah, so I am now, so that was a 5-0 major victory for me again, and I am now going into the last round, and I'm going to get myself a bratwurst first, and I have some Doritos and a bottle of water here. So yeah, I'm going to eat dinner, and then go into the last game, and this has been pretty fun so far. Yeah, and we'll see what it is. It's one of the new scenarios, and I have not gotten the match playbook, because it's like $18, and you need $65 for free shipping. And I'm not interested in paying 50% of the price of something for the shipping. So, yeah. Yeah, so I have got to get that at some point, but I just do not want to pay the shipping for it. So yeah, but I'm looking at it, and it's like, okay, it's grab the objective in someone's base. So it will really depend on what I'm facing as to what I do. So, yeah. Good news so far is I have not stabbed my eyes on any trees this time, so that is a major plus for me. So yeah, this is after game 3. So I played Barkus, and he had his Easterling army, but what was the not reclaim, retrieve the prize thingy, and it was one of the new scenarios. And yeah, the problem is you need to get prize. It was pretty much storm the camp, except pick up the object from the other camp. And it was just the worst, well, no, nothing's worse than heirlooms. But it was just so bad, because what happened is I castled up at one point. because I knew that if I had committed one way, he'd just run around with his cavalry, get around me, and get there, because he had a drum and cavalry and a bunch of Easterlings. But he knew if he came at me, I was going to castle up, and he didn't want any of that. So we were literally doing like half a dozen turns just standing there. Spellbeast got a couple guys I had at first sent off to try and circumvent. But then we were like, okay, we have three options. We can either continue to roll priority for 2 hours and not do anything. We can decide to call it, draw here now, and do something else for the rest of the time. And then the other thing that we ended up doing is we're like, okay, you can't cross, because there was a tower in the middle of the board. We drew a line from the tower to corner board, and we say, you cannot cross this line. So essentially, we ended up then clashing along the other side of the board, and he crushed my dwarves pretty well, because I had taken some casualties, wasn't in the best position. He got Amber passed, but fortunately I was able to kill his General Kamul. And, but yeah, so then I had killed his general, but then he broke me, and we were at this point where it got really close, because some of my guys were still on the objective. He wanted to get there, was a little bit too far. We were rolling for it to finish, didn't finish, rolled it again and finished. If I had killed 4 more guys, I would have broken him and won the game. Actually, no, it would have been at 5 more, because he would have broken it. Yeah. I thought both of our breaking points was 1 less than it was. But I don't think that really mattered. But yeah, so I ended up getting a minor loss. So almost got a minor win, but you know, it was definitely better to actually play a game than to just sit there and guarantee a draw. You know, so yeah. And that's pretty much it, and we'll go into the award ceremony now. First place is Jacob Hall. I totally couldn't get my camera out in time.
And it's the Witch King. The old man's one. Don't drop it. In second place is Jordan Reno. With 3 wins, 11 points. You are sure. In third place, Devin Moreno. Got 2 wins and a tie, 9 tournaments and 14 victory points. I normally just do 3, but today, because I got I'm going to give a 4th place award of a unassembled NASDAQ. Our friends from Richmond, where is she from? I don't know, where is she from? John.
I got a felony, I'll never run. I told you. That's a cave drink now.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Give me a picture of the top 3 finishers if you want to join them.
I will join them.